Assalamu alaikum. My name is Miss Erum Farooq and I am here to discuss about acid, bases and salts. When we are thinking about acid, we are thinking this is something really corrosive. कुछ ऐसा जो कि शायद हमें जला देगा, कुछ ऐसा जो कि हमें बुरी तरह से हर्ट कर सकता है. But it's not literally true. Acids are not necessary all the time, they are corrosive. कुछ acids ऐसे भी हैं that which we are taking in diet. Let's suppose citric acids, we are taking citric acids through lemon, through citrus fruits. We are taking malic acid in the form of apple. We are taking acetic acid in the form of vinegar. So here we are going to discuss different things about the acid. First of all, I will go towards the acid definition. What is acid chemically? Acid is something which releases H positive ion in the water or in aqueous solution. Let's suppose we are taking the example of HCl. This is hydrochloric acid. When we dissolve hydrochloric acid in water, it releases H positive ion and Cl negative ion. That means something which release H positive ion. This is called as acid. So we can say water is necessary for showing the properties of acids. That means कि acid को अपनी properties show करने के लिए water की presence होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. In the absence of water, acid cannot show its properties in a well manner. So role of water in the acidity is that when acid is dissolved in water, it releases H positive ion. One more thing, acid contain H positive ion in their structure, but not necessary all the time all the hydrogen containing compounds are acids. Let's suppose CH4, it also contain hydrogen, but this is not acid. Only those chemical compounds which are able to release H positive ion in the aqueous solution are acids. That means for showing the properties of acids, water is necessary. So I think now you have a clear-cut idea about the acid, that acid is something which is able to release H positive ion. Now come towards some properties of acids. कि अगर अब मुझे अपनी daily life में acid को identify करना है तो how can I am able to identify an acid? Let me take you to the kitchen of your house. Open your refrigerator, open your fridge, take out the lemon juice. What about the taste? कैसा होता है? It is sour in taste, खट्टा होता है, right? So the things that are sour in taste, they contain acid, right? Now let me give you a few examples of those things that are sour in taste. Let's suppose lemon juice, orange juice, vinegar and a great many things, ketchup, a lot of things are there that are sour in taste. That means they contain acid in their structure. So for the properties of acid, the very first thing is about the taste. By the help of the taste, we can easily identify an acid, but not in the lab we are going to taste any acid because there is a difference between the both. So I am again coming towards the properties of acids. क्या properties होती हैं? Taste, sour in taste, release H positive ion. So there are two properties. Number third, they turn a blue litmus paper red. Number three, as we can see, acid release H positive ion in the aqueous solution. That means acids are good conductor of electricity. So we can say good electrolyte. So we have four properties. They release H positive ion. When they release H positive ion, that means they are good electrolyte. They are sour in taste. They turn blue litmus paper into red. These are some very general properties of acids. But as I told you that acid can be corrosive, acid can be friendly to us. Friendly to us means we are taking some acids in our diet. वी कैन क्लियर दिस कॉन्सेप्ट कि एक बात हम ये कह रहे हैं कि एसिड्स तो हमें जला भी सकते हैं, और दूसरी तरफ हम ये बात कह रहे हैं कि वी आर टेकिंग द एसिड थ्रू आवर डाइट, सो वी मस्ट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ एसिड्स. Classification of acid means we can classify acids in different manners. The very first way is natural acid and artificial or lab prepared acids. हमारे पास different categories हैं classification की. The very first category is on the basis of their origin. Let's suppose some acids are organic acids. We are calling them natural acids. जैसे I have given you different examples. Malic acid is present in apple, acetic acid is present in vinegar, formic acid is present in insect bite. So these are some natural acids and they are not corrosive, and most of the natural acid we are intaking in our diet. On the other hand, lab prepared acids can be corrosive. Let's suppose concentrated H2SO4, concentrated HCl can be corrosive, and HNO3. These are some acids that are lab prepared. This is one of the way of the classification. Another way of the classification is strength. कितना powerful है. That means there are certain acids which are called as strong acids. Strong acids and some acids are called as weak acids. तो एक हमने जो क्लासिफिकेशन का वे डिस्कस किया है, इट इज़ दे आर नेचुरल एंड लैब प्रिपेयर्ड. दूसरा जो हमारा क्लासिफिकेशन का वे है, इट इज़ दे आर स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड्स एंड वीक एसिड. व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द बोथ स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड एंड वीक एसिड? स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड्स आर सम एसिड्स that break completely into their ions. Let's suppose we have HCl. Again, I'm taking the same example. When we dissolve HCl into water, it completely break into its ion, H positive, Cl negative. This is a strong acid. And when we are taking the example of a weak acid, let's suppose acetic acid, CH3COOH, it will break into acetate ion and H positive ion. This is a weak acid जो अपने ions में completely break नहीं हो सका है, and that acid which have broken completely into its ion, this is a strong acid, this is weak acid. These are two ways of classification. The third way is on the basis of their concentration. Some are dilute acids जिसमें water का content ज़्यादा होगा, and some are concentrated acids, right, जिसमें हमारे पास acid की quantity ज़्यादा होगी. So this is the classification. Now come towards the uses of acids. हम कहाँ use करते हैं? एक तो मैंने आपको अपनी diet में I have repeated in the diet. Let's suppose again vinegar, apple. These are some acids, and I'm taking the example of H2SO4. We are using the H2SO4 in industry for making detergents, for making fertilizers. We are mixing acetic acid in vinegar in order to preserve it. So here I am going to wind up my lecture on the uses of acids. So next part of this lecture will be continued by Sir Asif Khan. Thank you.